Now on 4 News Now at 6, they are used to solve violent crimes, detect wildfires, and they're always watching. But are they invading your privacy? Go inside the Real Crime Center, and who should be really concerned about these high-tech surveillance cameras?
The clouds are working their way out of the region, and we have a warming trend in the first alert forecast. I'll let you know what to expect for the weekend.
It's one of the busiest bridges in Spokane, but many don't feel safe walking across it, especially at night. The City Council's plan to crack down on crime on the Monroe Street Bridge. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
It gets us on scene quicker, allows us to make decisions quicker with better information. Money initially.
That's Lieutenant Justin Elliott of the Spokane County Sheriff's Office talking about the Real-Time Crime Center. It's a new project which uses video surveillance technology paid for with federal funds. Thanks for joining us. I'm Natalie Grant. Kirsten has the night off. The Sheriff's Office says it helps keep deputies safe and allows them to work more efficiently, but it also raises questions about whether video surveillance can lead to an invasion of privacy. New at 6, Derek Dice takes us inside the Real-Time Crime Center in this special report.
Deep inside the public safety building is a room full of mounted TV screens where the Spokane County Sheriff's Office can monitor live 911 calls, flock safety and traffic cameras, news feeds, and much more. It's called the Real-Time Crime Center.
So this gives us situational awareness from video feeds, investigative databases, license plate reader technology, our CAD system for awareness, and just gives us the ability to react to crime and other public safety needs right away.
Lieutenant Justin Elliott says the Real-Time Crime Center, including all of its video surveillance technology, costs about $5 million in total, but it's almost entirely paid for by federal funds from the American Rescue Plan. It's money allocated to help organizations and governments recover from the COVID pandemic. Spokane County and the city of Spokane Valley are using it for community violence intervention.
So that's what we focus on ultimately, is how are we affecting violence in the community.
The Sheriff's Office has been using automated license plate readers for years. It says those, combined with the new flock safety cameras that can track wanted vehicles, takes their policing to a new level.
We've had it assist us with subjects fleeing shootings, dozens of reported and recovered stolen vehicles over the last few months, and additional arrests.
Flock cameras were integral in arresting a man who attacked a woman on a trail in Liberty Lake in June. They were also extremely helpful in the response to the Gray and Oregon Road fires.
We were able to pull up traffic flows, identify where we were going to put our personnel, identifying where we needed to go to help people get evacuated.
But surveillance like this raises questions about an invasion of privacy. And the Spokane Human Rights Commission wants to make sure it doesn't go too far.
Are there frameworks in place that there's some oversight? Are there frameworks in place so this doesn't get out of hand? So this doesn't, so our city doesn't become a surveillance totalitarian state.
Anoka Herod of the American Civil Liberties Union said in a statement, these technologies have the potential to significantly chill constitutionally protected activities by allowing the government to create a detailed picture of the movements and therefore the lives of a massive number of community members doing nothing more than going about their daily business. Herod went on to say, instead of investing millions of dollars into surveillance technologies that have been proven to be harmful and anti-democratic, we could instead better invest that money into crisis support or violence interruption programs that are proven to prevent crime and benefit the community. Lieutenant Elliott understands the concerns, but makes clear the technologies have no facial recognition abilities and data is only kept for 30 days. He says the Sheriff's Office is careful to stay within case, state, and federal laws.
It's something we are very diligent not to overstep, but like any other powers that we are entrusted with by the community, this is another one, and we make sure we carry it out within our values and our mission, and we are accountable to ourselves and the community, and just being transparent.
The The Sheriff's Office would like to expand the real-time crime center's capabilities to include things like drone response and accessing camera systems in local schools in the event of an emergency.
Not for regular patrol, but in a significant emergency, we can access that.
But the money from the American Rescue Plan runs out after 2026. So as it looks for more grants and revenue sources for 2027 and beyond.
But we hope to show that the return on investment will greatly outreach that figure on positive impact and the overall positive feeling within the community of added safety. And hopefully the citizens are less nervous and the criminals are more nervous.
I'm Derek Dice, 4 News Now.
Well, breaking news out of Spokane Valley tonight. Deputies have found the car of a missing man, but they can't find the driver. 22-year-old Daniel Pronkin's family reported him missing on Friday, and he was last seen on September 6th. His car was found in the Dishman Hills area around midnight. They say that his wallet and cell phone were found locked inside. Deputies launched drones to search for him, but have had no luck yet. He was last seen wearing a gray and black shirt with dark pants. If you do see him, call Crime Check. That number is going to be listed on your screen here, 456-2233. The man accused of killing a family of 4 in Kellogg will be back in court tomorrow for his arraignment. This will be when Major John Kaler will enter a guilty or not guilty plea. Kaler is accused of killing Kenneth and Kenna Gardapi, 18-year-old Devin, and 16-year-old Aiken Smith. Court documents say that Kaler told police he was upset that Devin Smith exposed himself to his young daughter, and police didn't do anything about it. Prosecutors have already said they're not seeking the death penalty in this case. Also happening tomorrow, the Latah County judge will be hearing arguments about cameras in the courtroom during the University of Idaho murders case. Brian Kohberger is accused of killing 4 U of I students, Madison Mogan, Kaylee Gonsalves, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle. The defense has asked multiple times to keep cameras out of the courtroom. In the most recent filing, attorneys say media outlets violated a judge's instructions and made Kohberger the sole focus of the reporting. The defense believes continued coverage of this case will taint the jury pool and violate Kohberger's right to a fair trial. A coalition of media outlets, which does include 4 News Now, is arguing for continued access. The coalition argues that removing cameras from court will lead to a significantly less accurate portrayal of the justice system. Now, be sure to download the 4 News Now app and turn on those push notifications to get the latest information on both of these cases sent right to your phone. Well, the sun will be returning in full force over the next few days, with it even warmer weather coming our way. Let's send things over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see when we can expect the return of the 80s. It sounds like a movie title.
It does, yes. And they are on the way back, and you're not quite ready to plunge into fall. We have some more summer weather in your forecast. 4 things to know about your weather. We have some clouds tonight, and isolated sprinkles over North Idaho will be clearing by tomorrow morning with a warming trend in the forecast. 80s and sunny this weekend. Will actually be in the 80s as early as Thursday. On our satellite and radar right now, we have been in and out of the clouds all day. Possibly a sprinkle or 2 along the east slopes of the Cascades this evening. Otherwise, we are dry. In your forecast radar, we have more clouds drifting through overnight. High and mid-level clouds with some isolated sprinkles up along the Canadian border. You may also encounter a sprinkle or 2 over North Idaho and even down into the southern panhandle. But by tomorrow morning, we are back into the sunshine throughout eastern Washington. Meanwhile, our temperatures currently are in the mid-70s, and this evening expect 60s by 9 o'clock. Again, we will see some clouds drifting through, but then there's a lot of sunshine in the 7-day forecast. I'll let you know what to expect in just a few minutes. Natalie?
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Chris. Well, new at 6 o'clock tonight, September is Suicide Awareness Month. And according to the Washington Department of Health, 21% of young people have considered taking their own lives in the last year. Social workers with Multicare say that it's important to look for warning signs that your child is struggling, including a change in behavior.
You know your kid better than anyone. So if your kid is normally pretty emotional and gets upset easily and then isn't, that may be a sign. The opposite can be true.
Now, if you're concerned that you or someone that you love is at risk of suicide, self-harm, or any other mental health crisis, you can get help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by calling or texting the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988. Well, changes are now in the works to keep the Monroe Street Bridge safe from ongoing crime. Spokane police say that they are constantly responding to calls from the bridge every month. And now the city council wants to address it and improve safety measures for the community. Peter Choi explains why people say there is a growing need for bridge restoration. Peter.
Yeah, Natalie, the more than 20,000 cars are crossing this Monroe Street Bridge every day. Now, every day, and I spoke with people who use this bridge today, and they tell me it's becoming a major eyesore because of ongoing crime. And they say they're afraid to use this bridge, especially at night. Now, I spoke with Roger Boski, who lives in Kendall Yards. He says that he used the Monroe Street Bridge 4 times a week. The bridge is slowly becoming a major eyesore.
One time I saw somebody shooting up in there. There was some kids, and they were putting needles in themselves, and that's not. People shouldn't have to look at that.
Now, I also spoke with a city council member, Michael Cathcart, today. He says the goal is to fix the problem like illegal drug use and suicide attempts while maintaining the original design of the bridge. He says the changes could include cameras and lighting. Now, the question is, when will the public see improvements? The city administration is doing an analysis right now. So for about 4 to 6 weeks, and then we'll decide costs and design. Live in Spokane, Peter Choi, 40 Now.
Thanks, Peter. Still ahead, the biggest antitrust case in decades is now underway. Why both state and federal officials say Google needs to be broken up. Next.
And which post-fire efforts need to be prioritized and which ones can wait. Coming up after the break.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just 1 day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
Tina, the Tina Turner Musical. See her triumphant story and prepare to be ecstatically blown away direct from Broadway. September 19th through 24th at First Interstate Center for the Arts.
You didn't choose cat allergies, your hairline, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. But you can choose your doctor who will care for all the things you didn't choose. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
Get ready for fall with a John Deere compact utility tractor. Now through October, get a 1025R tractor loader backhoe for as low as $299 per month. Visit your Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store today. Pape keeps you moving.
At Findlay Downtown Toyota, we are loaded with new Tundra and Tacoma trucks, as well as brand new all-wheel drive SUVs just in time for winter.
So if you're looking for a touchdown of savings, you can find it at Findlay.
Today through this Monday, if you're hunting for the best selection of sporty used trucks and four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive SUVs,
we got them, and we're pricing them right to move them out.
Which means it's the perfect time to upgrade your vehicle to a better set of wheels before the winter months arrive. Bag a truck and save $1. Plus, this week, Cal is offering a minimum $2,000 trade-in for your old ride.
You want Cal's got it.
For victims of the Oregon Road and Gray fires, next steps can be daunting. The Gray fire destroyed an estimated 240 homes, while the Oregon Road fire burned 126. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez spoke to organizations playing a crucial role in the post-fire recovery.
As we've spoken to local fire victims, many have expressed uncertainty toward their next steps. This process is not linear and will look different for each and every victim. I spoke with the Department of Natural Resources, who is playing a key role in helping fire victims decide what to do with their land.
Those are some of the main things we want to do is help landowners mitigate their weeds and reforest their lands.
The Department of Natural Resources Post-Fire Assistance Program is brand new, just recently receiving funding.
Forest landowners in Eastern Washington are eligible to have a DNR service forester come out to their property and walk around and take a look at the property, give them an assessment of which trees they think may live or die, and then provide input on things they may want to consider.
Harris says that due to the high demand, there is a delay in forester evaluations, but DNR is aiming to help landowners get assistance as soon as possible.
It is slightly overwhelming, or it's certainly overwhelming for us, as there's just hundreds of landowners that have been impacted, severely impacted.
Thankfully, the process is not entirely time sensitive, allowing victims to take next steps in their own time.
Recognize that there's nothing you have to run out and do right away. The only thing that is time sensitive is if you want to salvage log your property, you want to move quickly on that. Everything else we have time.
Medical Lake fire victims looking for guidance on forestry are invited to attend a post-fire assistance meeting tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. at Medical Lake High School. The meeting will cover salvage logging, reforestation, assistance programs, and more. For more information on post-fire assistance, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
We hit a high today of 76 in Spokane, just about average. We're going to see this number jump 10 degrees in the 7-day forecast. I'll let you know when to expect that warm up after the break.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Downtown Toyota, we are loaded with new Tundra and Tacoma trucks, as well as brand new all-wheel drive SUVs just in time for winter.
So if you're looking for a touchdown of savings, you can find it at Finley.
Les Miserables, still the world's most popular musical. Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables.
November 14th through 19th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets available at BroadwaySpokane.com.
When you live in the beautiful Northwest, there's nothing better than spending time on your deck. And nobody knows decking better than the decking pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
From the early evening cocktails to the backyard barbecues, your deck is the most fun place to be. And during Windsor Plywood's end of the season decking sale, there's a lot of great discounts now.
Windsor Plywood,
with 2 locations in Spokane.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Oh, we're going to have a pretty sunset tonight. Just enough clouds with mostly cloudy skies in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane to give a little drama to the sunset, which is coming right up. It's less than an hour away now, 7:09. 74 in Coeur d'Alene, it's 74 in Spokane. Just a beautiful evening. Your Wednesday planner, we are going to be in the 50s to start the day, heading up to a high of 77. 75 is our average high with good air quality. Tonight, 51 for an overnight low, mostly cloudy skies, southwest winds at 5 to 10. Tomorrow, sunny with southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We have this cold front that is making its way through the region right now. It picked up our winds this afternoon. Those have already died down. May bring a sprinkle or two to extreme north Idaho, up along the Canadian border in eastern Washington in the central panhandle. But really, it is just passing through with a few clouds tonight. And behind it, we have high pressure building in big time starting Wednesday and continuing right on through at least the first part of the weekend. Late in the day on Sunday, we're going to start to see some changes in our weather pattern, an increase in clouds, and then maybe some showers on Monday, although that remains to be seen. But here is our temperature trend over the next 7 days. This black line is our average high, and we're going to be just a little above average Wednesday and then a lot above average by Saturday. That is where our warming trend peaks, and then we begin cooling down finally a little below average on Tuesday. And in the next half hour, I'll be looking at how that trend may continue as we get into that 8 to 14 day forecast. Overnight lows tonight will be down in the 40s and 50s around the region. Temperatures just about average in most locations. As the clouds linger a little bit longer in Coeur d'Alene, will be warmer. 59 in Lewiston, 51 in Ritzville. Wednesday's highs will be in the 70s and 80s around the region, including 84 in Lewiston, 83 in Colville, and 82 in Omak. We'll be in the 80s in Spokane on Thursday, and that's going to continue right on through the weekend. Overnight lows, even with our high temperatures up in the mid 80s, will still bottom out in the 40s and 50s. That is not the case if this were the middle of July and we were hitting these kind of numbers. These temperatures would be closer to 60 degrees. We do cool down as we get into next work week, and right now a 20% chance of showers on Monday. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
I had a credit card from a big bank. I had really high interest rates on it, and I accrued a lot of debt. I went into BECU. I realized the personal loan was the right option for me. I walked out of BECU so relieved.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
It's time to replace your old tub with a new shower. But you don't want the hassle or the worry of getting it finished. You just want to pick a style and relax, knowing that it'll be wonderful when it's done. Is that too much to ask? No, actually it's not. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower replacement.
When you live in the beautiful Northwest, there's nothing better than spending time on your deck. And nobody knows decking better than the decking pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop, shop for wood.
From the early evening cocktails to the backyard barbecues, your deck is the most fun place to be. And during Windsor Plywood's end of the season decking sale, there's a lot of great discounts now.
Windsor Plywood.
With 2 locations in Spokane.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
Shopping around for an early savers account for the girls, we noticed that BECU had the best interest rate. My mom taught me the importance of saving, and I wanted to pass that on to my kids.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Around the nation, Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announced today that he endorsed launching a formal House committee impeachment inquiry into President Biden. For months, House Republicans have been searching for evidence of any ties linking President Biden to his son's business dealings, but so far have not been able to find any hard evidence of wrongdoing by the president. McCarthy has signaled he might be launching a Biden impeachment inquiry for the past couple of weeks, in part to appease GOP hardliners, who only need one Republican member to begin proceedings to remove him as Speaker. Experts say it's no coincidence that one of those hardliners threatened McCarthy with removal today.
Mr. Speaker, you are out of compliance with the agreement that allowed you to assume this role.
Not all Republicans agree with the impeachment inquiry. Several GOP politicians claim there simply isn't enough evidence for impeachment. Presidential candidate and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie warning House Republicans against cheapening impeachment.
Criticized Democrats for doing that over the Ukraine issue a number of years ago on impeachment. And I don't want my party to fall a victim to the same thing.
White House spokesperson releasing a statement about the impeachment inquiry, saying it was extreme politics at its worst. The biggest antitrust trial in decades is now underway. Both state and federal officials accusing Google of being too powerful. ABC's Derek Dennis explains why prosecutors say the tech giant needs to be broken up.
This morning, Google goes on trial. The search engine, accessed by some 8.5 billion users daily, handling an estimated 99,000 queries per second, is accused of stifling competition and creating an online monopoly.
Google is accused basically of buying its way out of competition. The allegation is that it made a bunch of deals mainly with Apple, to prevent other search engines from getting a foothold and challenging it.
Columbia law professor Tim Wu says it's fine for Google and its parent company Alphabet to work to maximize profits.
But what's not allowed is to make a deal that locks other people out. And the allegation, at least, is that they didn't compete on the merits, that they spent their money to create kind of a fortress that no other competitor could reach anybody.
And the implications go far beyond Google into the growing artificial intelligence market.
The question is going to be who gets to compete and how they get to compete in the artificial intelligence space.
Professor Wu says a win for Google at trial will mean business as usual. A loss, he says, will allow for more search engine options from competitors. But first, Google gets to make one big argument.
Google's going to say we've been successful because people like us. When given the choice, people always choose Google search.
The last big antitrust trial was against Microsoft in the 90s. A judge ruled the company placing its Internet Explorer software in so many personal computers amounted to a monopoly. In the end, Microsoft agreed to change its business practices and allow more competition.
As for the case against Google, the trial is expected to last through November, with the decision not expected until next year. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
And we have much more coming up tonight at 6:30, including why the FDA says certain over-the-counter cold medications don't actually work. And there's a new COVID shot, but the government isn't footing the bill this time. How to make sure you can get your booster even without insurance. Coming up on 4 News Now.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Our beautiful courses welcome you. Downriver, Esmeralda, Indian Canyon, and Qualchin. It's your time to enjoy the game. There are no bad golf days. Book your tee time online at SpokaneGolf.org.
Are you ready to unleash the power of productivity? Get ready for the ultimate workhorse, the Kubota BX Series tractors at Adams Tractor. With a powerful engine, versatile attachments, and compact size, these tractors can tackle any job with ease. For a limited time, Adams Tractor is offering a special deal, 0 down, 0% APR financing for up to 84 months. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Visit Adams Tractor today and unleash the power of the Kubota BX Series tractors. We have loads of tractors in stock. Get yours now.
Get $200 with a new checking account from Horizon Credit Union. We're here to guide you towards your dreams and put some extra cash in your pocket. Sign up in branch or online with the Get200 promo code today.
What's in a name? A question that has never had more relevance. First American Title has been rebranded to Flying S Title and Escrow. Since 1905, we've been helping people protect their property rights. When the time comes to choose a title insurance and escrow company, the choice is clear: Flying S Title and Escrow. Idaho's longest operating, family-owned title and escrow company is now Flying S Title and Escrow. We're not new, but our name is.
Thank you for getting groceries, Mika.
Of course. Happy to help. Will Medicare cover any of these bills?
I thought it would, but it doesn't.
We'll get through this. I will always be here for you.
I know. But what about you? I don't ever want you to be in this situation.
Don't worry, Dad. With WA Cares, I'm earning long-term care benefits with each paycheck. That money will be there when I need it.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables.
November 14th through 19th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets available at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Our beautiful courses welcome you. Downriver, Esmeralda, Indian Canyon, and Quelchan. It's your time to enjoy the game. There are no bad golf days. Book your tee time online at SpokaneGolf.org.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
The newest COVID vaccine is now one step closer to finding its ways into people's arms, with the CDC giving the green light to Pfizer and Moderna's latest shot. The new vaccine is recommended for anyone 6 months and older, but this time around, the government is not covering the costs. Marissa Rio explains how to make sure you can get your updated vaccine regardless of your insured status. Marissa.
This is the first time that the federal government is not covering the cost of a COVID-19 shot since the vaccines became available. Sure, that sounds like those who are underinsured or not insured at all will have to pay out-of-pocket costs, but that's not the case. An official with the Spokane Regional Health District tells me there are so many resources available that no one should ever have to pay for the new vaccine. The new COVID-19 vaccine was made with the same technology as the others. The only difference, it targets the latest offshoot of the Omicron variant.
I think we need to start transitioning towards thinking about these COVID vaccines like flu. So every year flu gets reformulated with different strains depending on what's happening in the southern hemisphere. And so we're going to try to mimic that with the COVID vaccine, even though there aren't specific COVID seasons, but we're going to try to map out what is circulating so that we can be more effective every respiratory season.
Myers says there are plenty of resources available in Spokane. Everyone should receive their shot for free.
The government has put forth a program called the Bridge program. And what that means is anyone who is uninsured or underinsured can get the vaccine for free with participating providers.
Washington's adult vaccine program will be receiving those Bridge-funded doses. Participating providers in Spokane are the Spokane Regional Health District, Unified Community Health, Providence Medical Group Community Clinic, and Range Community Clinic. You can call any of those providers to register for the adult vaccine program. If you are not insured or are underinsured, you will be covered.
Last year we had the triple pandemic, right? So we had COVID, flu, and RSV. So we're really hoping that everybody will get the recommended vaccines to keep them safe this winter and to reduce hospitalizations.
Myers says the new vaccine is just as safe and effective as the others. The new vaccine should be shipped out within the next few days. Providers in Spokane should have them by the end of the week, but it probably won't be administered to the public until mid next week. For more information, you can visit our website at kxly.com. Reporting in studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, thanks, Marissa. As much as $135 billion in fraudulent COVID-19 pandemic unemployment insurance claims were likely paid out. That's according to a new report from the U.S. Government Accountability Office. That represents as much as 15% of total unemployment benefits distributed during the pandemic. However, the Department of Labor says the office is likely overestimating the actual amount of fraud. The findings shed light on numerous schemes to steal money from a range of hastily implemented pandemic relief programs. Well, the FDA is now saying certain over-the-counter cold medications don't actually work. Back in 2006, cold medications containing Sudafed were moved behind pharmacy counters because the drug could be used to be processed into meth. Now, then they were just forced to find a substitute. Drug companies started making medications containing fake Sudafed. But now an independent advisory committee told the FDA that that drug is ineffective as a decongestant. It means that drug companies sell about $1.8 billion worth of cold remedies each year that are known to be ineffective. The committee advised the FDA that drugs that don't work should not be sold.
Live view from our camera here at 500 West Boone Avenue over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, and what is a beautiful sunset in progress right now. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. The clouds will be drifting through tonight, possibly some isolated sprinkles over North Idaho. Will be clearing out by tomorrow morning. A warming trend in our forecast, in the 80s and sunny this weekend. We'll actually be in the 80s as early as Thursday. Here's a look at our satellite and radar, and we do have a fair amount of clouds in and out today, and we'll continue that trend overnight before we clear out more meaningfully tomorrow. Here's a look at your Wednesday forecast. We're heading up to a high of 77 degrees. 75 is our average high, so we're right in the ballpark. Good air quality and a nice crisp start to the day down in the lower 50s. I will be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Natalie.
All right, thanks, Chris. A 2.7 magnitude earthquake was reported northwest of Fairchild Air Force Base earlier this morning. According to the USGS, 43 people reported that quake, and we see no damage so far. Now get ready for the delays on the Maple Street Bridge and the TJ Meanock Bridge, with crews moving on to the next phase of their construction. On the Maple Street Bridge, the southbound lane will be closed from 8 p.m. to 6 in the morning. Starting on the 18th, all northbound lanes will be closed during that same time period until October 6th. Now, this project is expected to be completed in mid-October. Also, starting on the 16th, traffic will also be reduced to 1 lane in each direction on the TJ Meanock Bridge near Northwest Boulevard. Well, taking a look around the Northwest, newly released body cam footage shows 2 Seattle police officers joking about an incident where another officer hit a college student with their car and killing her. KOMO's Michelle Esteban has more.
But she is dead.
That's not the only time the Seattle police officer talking laughs while discussing what happened here. 23-year-old Janavi Kandula, a Seattle graduate student, struck and killed by a Seattle police cruiser while she was in this city crosswalk on Dexter Avenue last January. A fellow officer was responding to an emergency call. This video just obtained from KOMO shows that officer en route. The officer on the body cam identified in a news release from the Seattle CPC, the Community Police Commission, as Detective Dan Arterer, laughs and says,
"Yeah, just write a check. Just $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value."
The CPC's co-chair, Joel Merkel, said he heard reports that he and a colleague's comments were mocking attorneys.
Joking about how much her life might be worth, even if he was mocking an attorney
It's just really heartbreaking and shocking to hear.
On the body cam video released by SPD on YouTube and handed over to the Office of Police Accountability for Investigation, you'll also hear the detective say this.
He's going 50. That's not out of control. That's not reckless for a trained driver.
The officer is seemingly joking about accountability on the video.
Online, the department wrote the video is being released in the interest of transparency.
It's a real big setback, and it really speaks to some of the issues with culture and some of the elements at SPD.
A 14-year-old boy is now in serious condition after being shot near a high school in Yakima this morning. It happened around 8 a.m. near the Eisenhower High School. Police in Yakima say they believe it was a drive-by shooting. The teen was taken to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. The school was placed on lockdown, and other areas schools went into secure and teach mode, where no one was allowed on or off campus. No arrests have been made. Washington State football is ranked in the top 25 for the first time since 2019. How the Cougars plan to avoid a letdown against Northern Colorado this weekend, coming up next in sports.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
Don't miss
Quality Stoves and Spas Fair Savings Event. Massive once-a-year discounts on everything. Save up to $3,000 off Quality Stoves and Spas' large selection of hot tubs and swim spas. Hurry, sale ends Saturday at Quality Stoves and Spas Post Falls.
At P1FCU, we're all about celebrating your wins, like finding an extra $10 in the wash. Sweet. Or your team winning the championship. Your wins add up, just like earning dividends in an Ascend checking account. So let's celebrate the wins together. Open your account at p1fcu.org/win. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
The doctor will see you now. But do they really? Do they see all that you are? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you. Kaiser Permanente.
If you're looking to score big on the best lineup of new and used vehicles, then come on down to Finley.
At Finley Downtown Toyota, we are loaded with new Tundra and Tacoma trucks, as well as brand new all-wheel drive SUVs just in time for winter. And if you're looking for a quality used vehicle, we are full of great choices that come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty.
So if you're looking for a touchdown of savings, you can find it at Finley. Finley Toyota's downtown.
World exclusive. The woman they're calling Poolside Karen breaks her silence. Next, Inside Edition. She earned infamy for having a meltdown at a poolside party. Now, for the first time, she gives her side of the story. Then, more from another world exclusive. The UFO family who say they saw aliens in their backyard. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
High temperature today, 76 degrees, right in the comfort zone. Chamber of Commerce temperatures, 75 is our average high. Very, very pleasant weather. We're going to be warming up. However, I want to draw your attention to our sunset time, only 9 minutes after 7. That is coming right up. And our overnight low of 33. This time of year, we start to see temperatures around freezing in our record lows. Our average date of the first freeze in Spokane is not too far off. October 9th is the average date of our first freeze, but the earliest freeze in Spokane on record is September 10th. That day's come and gone back in 1895. So we will be keeping a very close eye on overnight lows for you from here through the end of the growing season. And boy, will we make a big deal if there's any chance that we are going to be getting anywhere near a frost or a freeze. And we don't see that coming in the next 7 days. Here's our temperature trend over the next 7 days. The black line is average. We're above average and then quite a bit above average by Saturday, more than 10 degrees above average before we start cooling down. Monday, closer to average, and then a little bit below Tuesday with a high of 71, and it looks like that trend is going to continue. Here's a look now at our temperature outlook for September 20th through the 26th. That's our 8 to 14 day outlook, and we're not in the blue over the entire region. Just a sliver of the inland northwest is in the blue, but that indicates there's at least a trend in that direction with the warmer than average weather well to our east. Here's another thing to consider, our precipitation outlook. We're in the very lightest green, but a trend toward above average precipitation. That means more clouds and likely overnight lows staying above freezing. Again, we'll make a big deal about it when we see that coming, but right now it looks like there's nothing to indicate an early freeze or frost. Morning lows tomorrow will be in the 40s and 50s, even in some of the outlying areas where we're prone to frost earlier than some locations. 46 in Deer Park, 49 in Cheney and Spangle, as well as out at Fairchild Air Force Base. Around the region, temperatures 44 in Colville, 46 in Winthrop, and 49 in Pullman and St. Mary's. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. That'll be our last night in the 40s in the Spokane area. We're back up in the 50s until we get into next week and bring in that cooler air. Blue skies, sunshine, and that nice warming trend. There is a slight chance of showers on Monday, but right now only a 20% chance. Again, looks like our odds increase beyond this 7-day forecast. We can hope. Natalie?
Crazy to think we're already talking about those freezes. Thanks, Chris. Well, check out all this original artwork. It was made by local artist Dylan Lipsker. Lipsker wasn't always an artist, though. It wasn't until years following a horrific accident altering his ability to sleep that he decided to create art. His accident cost him the ability to enter REM sleep. He now only gets about 2 to 3 hours of sleep each night, and he uses that majority of those other 21 hours to create art, and has even opened his very own art studio here in Spokane just a couple of weeks ago. Bronte Sorosky shares how this injury that could have cost him his life instead completely changed its trajectory.
Now, the art surrounding me represents one local artist's dreams. Well, if he could dream. After an ATV accident caused him such severe damage, he only gets about 3 hours of sleep each night. Those other 21 hours are dedicated to creating artwork like this.
Sleep on a good night, 3-ish hours, and that's been for years.
15 years ago, Dylan Lipsker's life completely changed.
Long story short, we were going a little too fast. I was on the back and hit a tree. I hit the tree with my face, the money maker, and was ejected over. He broke the majority of his spine, punctured his lungs, his liver, and damaged his right eye so badly he nearly lost the ability to see. One of the worst injuries, his brain. He lost the ability to enter REM sleep, the stage of sleep where most dreams happen. Through medication, he was able to bring it back for a while, but those dreams became a nightmare. I couldn't tell what conversations I was having was real. So he stopped the medication, accepting his new reality. And in 2016, found a new interest to fill all his extra time in art. His art isn't random. It represents the dreams that he lacks in his day-to-day life. Oh, to be honest, it's creating a world beyond what I could have ever dreamt. Instantly, art galleries were interested in his work. An exposure that would normally take artists years took just a few months. It's where my world completely changed. Now he's opened his very own art studio, selling new art pieces regularly. Had you asked me when I started how long I would have thought it would have taken to get here, this would have been an end goal. It's been almost 2 weeks since Dylan's studio's been opened, and he says anyone is welcome to stop by and check out the art. He just asks that you make an appointment ahead of time. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Sorosky for News Now.
Just incredible. Thanks, Bronte. Well, does your pet have a pet home besides your house, I mean? Well, the North Idaho Builders Association is creating educational activities for your kids to learn how to build their pets a small shelter. The Pet Paradise, or Pet Parade rather, of Homes event is where your child can explore the building industry. Depending on what grade they are in, it will decide what building activity they will complete. Kids are encouraged to build homes for their pet of their choice. Stephanie Hoffman, who's the chairman of the North Idaho Builders Association, shares why they encourage kids to learn these skills early.
So we have a labor shortage, especially in the building industry. And one of the ways that we're helping to combat that is trying to educate kids about all the possibilities that are open to them in the building in the building industry.
Now, while that submission deadline has passed to make a pet home, you can still stop by the North Idaho Builders Association for the next 2 weeks to vote for the People's Choice Award. The award night will take place on September 20th, where all the winners will be announced. Apple has announced iPhone 15. The biggest difference in this one is it's detaching the lightning cable in favor of the plug that's been on most other devices for years now. The switch to USB-C was sped up when European regulators required them to change their charging cables last year. The iPhone 15 also features an expanded dynamic island tool that is home to alerts, notifications, and other controls. That new tool takes place of the notch, the black part at the top of the screen that houses the top speaker and the selfie camera. Well, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
92.9 CCU.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Fall fashion and family fun, all in one place. River Park Square.
Next live, Josh Duhamel, plus Carrie-Ann Inaba from Dancing with the Stars. And the Blue Man Group performs for Live Loves New York Week.
Watch live tomorrow at 9, right after GMA.
The Labor Day sale at Furniture Row has been extended, and that means the more you buy, the more you save. I saved $100. I saved $200. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses.
We saved $300.
Check out Doorbusters while they last. Plus 4 years, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. But don't wait. The extended Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It's here, the Fall RV Expo in Airway Heights. Yes, rake in the deals with falling prices. September 14th through 17th across from North 40 Outfitters in Airway Heights. Travel trailers from $198 per month. Save over $38,000 on a Montana fifth wheel. Combine factory rebates with special expo discounts and save thousands. Motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, all priced to sell. Almost anything accepted in trade. Rush to the Fall RV Expo. 4 days only. September 14th through 17th at 117 West Highway 2 in Airway Heights.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
You know, we just don't think that we're just going to dog walk anybody. You know, we approach it like it's one of the biggest games of the season, like it's the Apple Cup.
Well, if you think Washington State football is going to take it easy this week,
think again. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesota. The Cougars are hosting Northern Colorado on Saturday. And Northern Colorado, well, they're not Wisconsin, but make no mistake, Washington State is still treating this like one of the biggest games of the year. This is Washington State's last game before Pac-12 play. Winning a conference championship will not be easy, especially this year. There are 8 Pac-12 teams in the top 25, including Washington State. It's the first time the Cougars have been ranked in 4 years. But if you ask head coach Jake Dickert, the Cougars aren't satisfied. They want to keep climbing.
You know, after a big win, are you still hungry? Are you full? I know I digested that win and I'm starving again, right? So they need to be the same way.
It's a choice whether or not we're going to get better or worse. And you could look at whoever you play and choose if it's going to be a good game or not. But as long as you're competing to the best of your ability, you should get better, and that's what we want to do.
Kickoff against Northern Colorado's at 2 o'clock on Saturday in Pullman. Now, Ron Stone Jr., who we just heard from, and defensive back Jaden Hicks both earned National Defensive Player of the Week honors. Stone earned the Bronco Nagurski Award, forced a pair of fumbles against Wisconsin, and Hicks is on the Bednarik Award list now, forced to fumble in the win over the Badgers. Now, according to Sports Media Watch, Washington State's matchup against Wisconsin was the 8th most watched college football game over the weekend. The game drew 2.28 million viewers. Only Texas Alabama, Texas A&M Miami, and Oregon Texas Tech had higher ratings during that 4:30 time slot. Eastern Washington will play its first home game of the season this weekend. The Eagles host Southeastern Louisiana on Saturday. Now, Southeastern Louisiana is the team that knocked out Idaho in the playoffs last year. Now they're going for the sweep of the Inland Northwest teams. Eastern Washington is coming off a loss to Fresno State, so that's back-to-back road losses to start the season for the Eagles. So safe to say they're happy to be home.
Get up, get a walkthrough, get some food, and go play ball. That's the way it's supposed to be played. And so I think we're excited. We're practicing at about the same time we're going to be playing at, which will hopefully marry up to the schedule on Saturday.
We're a very energetic group, and you know, first opportunity to play at home, play on the red. My first opportunity, I'm super juiced about it, and like, you know, we kind of been waiting for this moment for a while to play at home, and I don't think that's going to be a problem with us. We just got to make sure we bring the juice.
Kickoff is at 1 o'clock on Saturday from Roos Field in Cheney. And that'll wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Next ET, our Tori Kelly exclusive after her health scare, plus Matthew McConaughey's surprise and Kristen Cavallari's love life.
Why do you think I'm so single?
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
ABC's World News Tonight at 4 News Now, when the local story is national news.
When national stories hit home, watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
The Labor Day sale at Furniture Row has been extended. And that means the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus 4 years, no interest. But don't wait. The extended Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
In the heart of the Pacific Northwest, where hard work meets rugged beauty, there's a family that relies on the best. Relies on powerful Kubota tractors and personal equipment support. They stand for hard work and dedication, shown in their pastures and animals. From fertile valleys to steep hillsides, Adams Tractor is here to support the backbone of the Northwest. We are your trusted Kubota dealership, with 5 locations to serve your needs. Visit adamstractor.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At your locally owned Ace, we've got exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, even if you don't know exactly what it's called.
A thingamajig. A whatchamacallit. A doohickey.
Thingamabob.
A doodad.
Ace has a huge selection of nuts, bolts, plumbing, and electrical supplies in stock. And at Ace, our experts ask just the right questions to make sure you leave with exactly what you need. Whether it's a whatchamacallit or a thingamajig, come see us today.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Sean Davis.
Sean's leadership and creative direction empowers Believe in Me to fulfill their mission, raising critical funds for our community's youth.
Sean volunteers at Believe in Me, which is a program that helps every kid develop the confidence they need to succeed in life.
If I'm going to spend my time volunteering for something, it really needs to be something I believe in. It's a great way to make an impact in our community.
It's the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Take $100 off every $1,000 you spend. Or get up to $700 off select adjustable mattress sets, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
I have heard some complaints about this forecast.
Where?
From Steven, our producer, I'm sure Darren, our director as well. Really just want to snowboard. Enough with the 80s, let it snow. So I hear you. I know that you are out there.
They're out there somewhere. We'll see you right back here tonight at 11.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.